the running of post-war Gaza. Well, with me to discuss all this is Mohamed Taha from BBC Arabic. So let's start, Mohamed, with this appointment of the diplomat. It seems that they are moving ahead with this next phase of the ceasefire, aren't they?
Of course, this is the kind of the United States taking control of Gaza, as President Trump said around a year ago, that they will take the control on civil and military side. There is also indications that American drones are flying over Gaza to oversee the ceasefire. Also, at the same time, there are the Palestinian factions in Cairo trying to agree on the Palestinian technocrat that will rule Gaza. They agreed on 8 out of 25 figures, and it's not clear what the relationship would be between the American civil administration and the Palestinian civil administration.
And what progress on that thorny issue of disarming Hamas?
Of course, this is the $1 million question: will Hamas will be disarmed or not? And what's the relationship between Hamas and this civil administration would be? As we know, Hamas has got massive network of tunnels under Gaza. Will they live in these tunnels? Will they really give back their arms? Actually, there are many challenges on the forthcoming stages of this end of war agreement that we do not know how they will be implemented.
And in the meantime, what are you hearing from the situation on the ground in Gaza? Has anything improved for people who are living there?
Actually, the Palestinians are living now a crisis in peace, as well as the crisis in war that they were living in. There is no clean water. Israel does not allow the heavy equipment to go there to remove the rubble and making rebuilding. Their tents are became really old, and they want to replace it. And there is this very moving story that our colleague Lucy Williamson wrote online about the identification of the bodies that the Palestinians got from the Israeli sides. They do not have DNA facilities. They do not have freezing facilities to keep the bodies, and it's really a crisis for them to identify them.
One other quick line I want to ask you about is the wife of the imprisoned Palestinian leader, Marwan Barghouti, has urged Donald Trump to push for her husband's release after Donald Trump talked about this. Tell us about what Mr. Trump has said about it and why that's significant.
Yeah, this is very interesting that President Trump might be looking at this. But if the release will be happening of Marwan Barghouti, it will be that big figure that might be replacing the current Palestinian Authority, and he will be having actually a rule in ruling Gaza, and this will be against the presence of Hamas, because Marwan Barghouti belongs to the rival of Hamas, of Fatah, and the release of him will be really an indication of that. I did lots of research about the political communication in the Middle East and how a faction could replace another faction, and this happened previously many times when the Islamists needed to be eliminated. Another faction like this should appear for them to be eliminated.
Mohamed Taha, thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Laurie.